Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now, 2 weeks ago, we talked about mindfulness and how it helps us improve our awareness. It really gives us the opportunity to break out of our existing thought patterns and accept new thought processes and paths. Then last week, we talked about cognitive restructuring, which is something very similar, but in terms of our thinking patterns. So, if you now see here, we have progressed one step, which is from our awareness to something more tangible, which is our thinking patterns. But if you missed my last video, don't worry, because cognitive restructuring is nothing but recognizing our irrational thought patterns, our irrational beliefs, and then replacing them with newer ones. But today, my idea is to actually wrap both of them together. So we have meditation and mindfulness on one side, and we have cognitive restructuring. Let's bring both of them together. So today, let me take you on a little journey to a certain bad thought or a bad experience that you had in your past. Now, this bad experience or the bad feeling could have been on any vacation, it could be at your workplace, it could have also been at home. But let's just take the example of a vacation, because why not start with something fun? Okay, so you were on a vacation where something bad unfortunately happened. This led you to feel extreme grief or sadness when you were supposed to be on a vacation, which was supposed to be relaxing, beautiful, the sun, the beach, and all good things. Now let's move with that thought a little bit forward. Now you have come back home, you have already forgotten or tried to forget that bad experience. You're busy in your daily schedule, and one day you come across this bill of an expense that you're supposed to pay with your credit card for, and you realize this is the bill for the vacation that you had. So now your mind has started to wander back to the bad experience or the bad thought, which was just a part of the vacation. But now, whenever you recollect the vacation, that's all you can think of. And even after decades, the holiday basically reminds you of the bad experience, the grief, the sadness that you experienced with that one moment. Do you know why that is? Because the memory of the pain is the only path that your brain knows and associates with the holiday. However, if you open up your mind to other experiences of the holiday, for example, you were sipping on a margarita, or just laughing with your friend or significant other, or just relaxing on the beach, then your mind's neural pathways will realign, restructure, and create new thought patterns that will remind you of the holiday. Earlier, when you did not have many competing memories of the holiday, we would only remember the sadness or the grief. But now that you have these new experiences that you can recollect and remember, and you have encouraged in your mind, you have armed your mind to start to think about these moments, they will start to come back to you in a jiffy the moment you think of this holiday. Now, even though we may remember the sadness, we may associate it with the holiday, we will still have competing memories that bring happiness or excitement that will start to reduce and maybe even diminish the memory of the sadness. What's very interesting here is that our brain is designed to start to forget items that we do not recollect. So if I start to think of this holiday only with my margarita in my hand, enjoying the sun, sunbathing, going in the water, I'll start to even forget that one experience that made it so sad, so grief-worthy. And now this will be all about happiness, excitement. So as soon as you start using mindfulness to start to become aware of these thoughts, the unwanted yet automatic thoughts, and start to replace them with cognitive restructuring with new thoughts that actually serve you, you are accomplishing much greater success than you ever expected. Not only that, it will bring enormous positive change into your life. So it will also bring change into your relationships, at your work, at your family, in every sphere of your life. But what's more important here is using your mindfulness to become aware of these thoughts and then basically replacing them with new, better, happier thoughts. But you know what? Let's just hold on and start to take this a little bit further, not just with our thoughts, but also our feelings and emotions. Now for emotions, we have to do something very similar, just replace the old emotions with the new ones. But with emotions, you have to show a little bit more tolerance. You cannot be avoiding emotions, but accepting them without judgment is what's important. Once we start to accept our emotions, we can label them. And once we've labeled them, we can actually tackle these emotions at a later date as well. As soon as we start tolerating these negative, grief-stricken emotions, we will start to see that we have the more positive and happy emotions start to compete. And even though they may be competing, they may not necessarily replace each other, which means that our mind can have, with the same experience, different emotions, so our emotions are more multifaceted. But you know what is a big no-no for emotions is starting to actually avoid the emotions. What you're trying to do is actually put pressure and energy into ignoring those emotions rather than tackling them at a later date or even at the moment. Unfortunately, what that really does is strengthen them and give them the opportunity to take over your mind, and then you start talking like one of your saboteurs. Now, that is what means using mindfulness and cognitive restructuring together. Hopefully, this video was helpful, but that's all for today, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you in my next video next week. But until then, you take care, love yourself, and stay strong. Bye.